Gold Rush exclusive. Parker Schnabel's Traumatic Trommel move preview on Friday night's Gold Rush. Parker Schnabel's team is trying to move a huge trommel down the road to the airstrip. Our exclusive TV show's ace clip opens at Indian Creek as Stephen Saliers is moving on out, carrying a heavy and huge hunk of machinery on his truck bed as boss Parker Schnabel follows him in his pickup truck. Saliers appears to be driving a bit too fast for this high center of gravity load. The balancing act will definitely have you holding your breath. The twisty, rough road has jostled the weighty cargo so much that the moorings and metal chains holding onto the truck are starting to fail. The clip ends with a lot of shouting, which is never good. According to Tony Beats, gold is currently topping $1,900 an ounce, and the heat is on. Elkhorn claims Fred Lewis checked in with a gung-ho attitude but little to show for it. One of his men, Kyle Pletzk, proved his mettle to Fred as we learned more of his military service and how he overcame a serious injury. But Fred was beset by one mechanical disaster after another, including clogged hopper issues. Up in Paradise Hill, Tony Beats was called upon by Parker Schnabel to help with his season. The reason? After 4 years of mining, Brennan Ruold's Big Red was running out of pay dirt, as was Sluicifer, which is run by Mitch Blash. Parker needed to scramble. Now his bid to get the airstrip pay dirt by Indian River involved him having to negotiate with Tony. If you remember last season, Tony had to go to Parker for help. It went south. Now, the tables turned for Parker. He asked Tony if he could mine the strip, and one giant pregnant pause later, pragmatic Tony agreed, and they shook hands on it. The expediency of the deal left Parker confused by the ease of it. New blood on Team Schnabel, as J.M. Mercier is now working with Parker, and so is Nick Patterson at the airstrip. Both were seen last week getting the pay ready for Mitch and Sluicifer. The Beats are working overtime to at Dawson City, Paradise Hill, and Moose Creek. Beats' season goal is 3,000 ounces, not including the royalties now he will be collecting from Parker. The last episode also had major drama as we saw Mike's truck ignite into a deadly electrical fire inferno. The cab was ruined, but the trailer was spared. Tune in to see how the airstrip work is going as Parker's team has to secure the trommel and get Sluicifer down to the new pay. Gold Rush will air this Friday at 8 p.m. on Discovery. Then Gold Rush. Freddie Dodge's Mine Rescue airs at 9 p.m. also on Discovery. Gold Rush exclusive. Parker Schnabel's Traumatic Trommel move preview when you think of Gold Rush, the hit Discovery Channel show. Parker Schnabel is undoubtedly one of the first names that come to mind. The young, fearless gold miner from Alaska has built a reputation for his incredible work ethic, precision in mining, and of course, his leadership in the race for gold. As the star of the show, Parker has faced his fair share of challenges, but in the latest season, viewers will be on the edge of their seats as they witness one of his most traumatic experiences yet, the breakdown of his trommel and the disastrous consequences that follow. In this exclusive preview, we delve into the nerve-wracking incident that nearly derails Parker's season, and how he plans to recover from this devastating setback. Fans of the show will be familiar with the importance of the trommel, the high-tech piece of equipment that helps to separate gold from dirt and debris. But as the season progresses, it becomes clear that this crucial piece of machinery will pose more problems than Parker ever anticipated. The trommel, a key player in Parker's successor trommel, is a rotating cylindrical machine that uses water and gravity to sift through large amounts of dirt in search of gold nuggets. It's one of the essential pieces of equipment on Parker's operation, as it helps to maximize gold recovery while saving time and labor. For Parker, the trommel has always been a critical part of his mining operation. Whether he's running dirt from a remote site in Alaska or processing material on his latest big venture, the trommel is the beating heart of his mine. The machine isn't just a time saver, it's a symbol of Parker's evolution as a miner. Starting as a teenager working with his grandfather John Schnabel, Parker has learned the ins and outs of mining and grown into one of the youngest and most successful miners in the industry. As he expanded his operation over the years, the trommel became a vital part of his equipment arsenal. But as the series' latest season rolls on, the trommel will become an unwelcome thorn in his side. The breakdown, a devastating setback as the gold mining season begins. Parker faces several challenges: harsh weather conditions, fluctuating gold prices, and labor shortages. But nothing could prepare him for what happened. A sudden breakdown in the middle of the mining season sends shockwaves through the camp, forcing Parker to confront a disaster that could potentially leave him without the means to continue his operation. For anyone who follows Gold Rush, it's clear that Parker is no stranger to tough situations. However, this particular failure hits harder than any breakdown before. The trommel had been an essential part of his plan for the season, and without it, Parker's ability to process gold at the necessary rate would be severely hindered. For a young man known for his no-nonsense approach to mining, the thought of losing precious time and falling behind on his gold haul is nothing short of terrifying. The incident itself is harrowing. Viewers will witness the heavy machinery grinding to a halt, emitting a screeching sound that signals something has gone terribly wrong. The trommel's system malfunctions, and no one can pinpoint exactly what went wrong at first. Parker and his crew are left scrambling, trying to diagnose the issue while the precious seconds tick away. In this business, time is money, and every moment wasted trying to fix a broken trommel is a moment that could have been spent pulling gold from the ground. Parker's emotional reaction is always, Parker remains calm and composed on the outside, but the pressure of the situation begins to take its toll. Fans who have followed his journey closely will notice a shift in his demeanor. Parker, who has always been the driving force behind his crew, begins to show signs of stress and frustration. The situation is dire, and the young miner knows that one mistake could cost him the entire season's worth of work. "I've been doing this for years," Parker says in an emotional interview after the breakdown. "But this is different. It feels like everything I've worked for is slipping through my fingers. This trommel is everything. If it doesn't work, neither does my mine." His frustration is palpable, and viewers will feel the weight of his struggle. Parker has grown from a boy mining on his grandfather's land to a powerhouse in the gold industry. But even with all of his experience, this setback tests him in ways he's never been tested before. The clock is ticking, and his operation is at a standstill. The cost of failure is not just financial, it's personal. For Parker, mining is more than a business, it's a passion. His late grandfather John Schnabel, who passed away before Parker became a household name, instilled in him the values of hard work, perseverance, and the desire to never give up, no matter how dire the circumstances. Losing the trommel means losing a part of his identity. Without it, his mining operation would grind to a halt, and everything he has built over the years could collapse. "Everything I do for him," Parker admits, his voice breaking. "I want to make him proud. I want to show that I can do this, that I can be the one to keep the legacy alive." It's not just the machine that Parker is fighting for, it's the legacy of his family. His relationship with his grandfather was built on a shared love of mining, and every day he spends on the land is a testament to that bond. The trommel's failure, therefore, isn't just a mechanical problem, it's an emotional one. Parker is now faced with a decision: give up or fight for what's his. The plan to fix it. Parker is no stranger to overcoming challenges, And although the breakdown leaves him rattled, he doesn't let the setback stop him for long. True to form, he rallies his crew and begins to make a plan. The first step is diagnosing the problem. The trommel is dismantled, its parts inspected, and Parker starts running through all the possibilities. It could be a mechanical failure, an issue with the power source, or perhaps even something more subtle, something that no one had considered. Parker's knowledge of machines and mining comes into play as he takes charge of the repair process. "I'm not just here to mine gold," he says with determination. "I'm here to make sure we keep moving forward, no matter what." It's a true test of his skills, not only as a miner but as a problem solver. Every decision he makes will have consequences, and his ability to bounce back from this traumatic moment will determine the course of the season. The road to recovery. While the breakdown of the trommel seems like the end of Parker's season, it's not. With his crew working overtime, they manage to fix the problem and get the trommel running again. The repairs, however, come at a price. The mining season is shorter now, and Parker has to work faster to make up for lost time. But as the trommel roars back to life, so does Parker's determination. "There's no way I'm giving up now," Parker declares, his resolve stronger than ever. "I've come too far, and I'm not about to let this stop me." The trauma of the trommel breakdown is far from over, but it serves as a reminder to Parker of the risks and